Yo, everybody. I've been meaning to do this for a very long time. I'm going to talk about on this video, I'm going to talk about the Berlanga card. Berlanga versus Shiraz, Shakur versus Zepeda, Subriel Matias versus Alberto Cuello. Not so much on David Morrell because I don't know too much about his opponent, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. My little predictions. Who and why I think they're gonna win. That's all this video is about. If you don't care about it, just don't tune on to the next video. Anyway, I guess I'll start off with the. I'm gonna start off with Berlanga first. Berlanga versus Shiraz. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but Shiraz is a pretty exceptional fighter. He's pretty good. Berlanga, I feel like we're still finding things out about Berlanga. At least I am. But on top of that, Berlanga's he's still a very good fighter. You know, take nothing away from him. But the reason why I said that is because Shiraz ain't nobody to underestimate. You know, he's decent. He's got good fundamentals. Good enough to beat Berlanga. However, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Berlanga's going to KO. He's going to knock him out. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my prediction. I think Berlanga will end up knocking out Shiraz later in the rounds. Like in the later rounds is what I mean. I'll say maybe 11th round stoppage. Because I really believe Berlanga is taking this serious. He's training his ass off. I would say they're on par, like skill-wise. They're both kind of even. I don't know, I'll slightly edge Berlanga because I think he's a better puncher. You know what I mean? And again, you see my videos before, not a harder puncher, which I think he's a harder puncher too. But he's a better puncher. Footwork, I don't know, Shiraz is pretty good. Like, he's got good footwork. I don't know if anybody ever like seen that, because I know Shiraz is not a known, like a popular fighter and shit. Although I did think Carlos Adames won the fight. In my opinion, that's how I scored it, but only because Shiraz had a hurt hand. I can't remember what hand it was, but I felt like that's what held him back. Like, he could have did more, and I believe that he could have did more. You know what I mean? So, judging on that, he's a pretty good fighter. But like I always state, I usually pick the better puncher to win, because Shiraz has good footwork, but I don't think it's that much. It's not going to carry over and outdo Berlanga's punching ability and selection and how well he, you know what I mean, how well he punches. I judge all that on how good of a puncher you are. Like, variety of punches you can throw and stuff like that. And that's why I'm sticking with Berlanga, obviously, because of the power too. You know? And Shiraz is coming up in weight. But I'm always one to believe somebody that big and fighting at a weight that I think they shouldn't be fighting at is always going to perform better at a higher weight, because it's more, you know, obviously they're more hydrated and fighting at their natural weight. I don't think people should be cutting off that much weight. Anyway, I got Berlanga winning, 11th round stoppage. And even if it goes to a decision, I think Berlanga can still pull off a decision as well. But I'm picking KO or TKO. Shakur versus Cepeda. It's obviously going to be a good fight. Cepeda, pressure fighter, non-stop. He's similar to, I'm not going to say similar to Subriel Matias because they're kind of different, but in the way they punch and stuff, how they usually keep going. Well, Cepeda is always working, always punching, no matter what. He's always working, always. So it's going to be a difficult fight for any fighter. But this is the type of fighter I believe Shakur Stevenson needs to display, like he's been talking about. He needs a certain fighter to display his skills and stuff. Anyway, I think the more busier the fighter's going to be, the better Shakur's going to look, because Shakur's the better athlete. He's faster. He's got better footwork. To me, I think he's a better puncher. Obviously not a harder puncher or a KO artist. But in this fight, I actually think Stevenson stops Cepeda. TKO, not a KO. I think they're going to stop the fight because there's going to be a lot of punishment. And I know that's crazy coming from me. That seems like something crazy, but I really believe he's going to stop Cepeda late. I'll also say 11th round, maybe 12th round. But I think he's going to stop him. It might even be earlier, but that's me picking it to be safe. But overall, I think Stevenson stops Cepeda first time, and it might be to the body work. Feel me? That's me. But yeah, Stevenson's quicker, he's faster, better footwork. You know what I mean? Better puncher. He's just better reflexes. It's just better all around. You know what I mean? Cepeda's a beast, though. You know, he ain't. That's why I'm giving him credit.
At the next light, turn right.
That's why I'm giving him a lot of credit. You know, 11th round stoppage. Could be sooner, maybe 9th round, something. In the later rounds, anywhere from 9th round to the 11th or 12th round. But overall, it's gonna be a KO. That's my prediction for Shakur Stevenson versus Cepeda. Now you got Subriel Matias.
Turn right onto South White Street.
I don't know if y'all can hear my GPS, but my GPS is going up. It's kind of distracting. Anyway, Subriel Matias versus Alberto
In half a
Puello.
mile, turn left onto Elizabeth Street.
My prediction on that, I got Subriel Matias winning. KO or unanimous decision, it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna pick KO. Now, we all know I've seen a lot of videos where they say Alberto Puello, you know, is gonna outbox him, he's a good mover. Matias lost to
Turn left
Paro.
onto Elizabeth Street.
He lost to Paro. We all seen what Matias, you know, his shortcomings. But that wasn't a good performance from Matias. He was off. He had a bad night. He's had way better performances than that. Anyway, back on Puello. Puello, he's good. But I always believe styles make fights. And he does clinch.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
But he lacks the power. He don't got the power of Paro. You know what I mean? Because Paro had respectable power. He had, you know, he could knock you out. Alberto Puello's not that great of a puncher. He kind of throws sidearm, like a sidearm punch. They ain't delivering no power, doing no sidearm punch. So maybe he fixes that in his training camp, but that's a big reason why I don't think why I don't think he's going to beat
At the stop
Subriel
sign,
Matias.
turn left onto County Route 700.
He has all the attributes. But to me, I don't respect his punching ability. And I don't think Subriel Matias is going to respect his punching ability. He's not that good of
In
a puncher.
1.2 miles, turn right onto South Matlock Avenue.
He's not that good of a puncher. Yeah, he's a mover, but there's a thing that you guys are over or not even seeing about, overlooking Matias. Matias is fast, man. I think
In about 1
athletically,
mile, turn right onto South Matlock Avenue.
I think he's more athletically gifted than Alberto Puello, than a lot of guys at 140. And like I said before, I still think he could beat everybody at 140. You know what I mean? He has the potential to beat anybody at 140. Anybody. Obviously, all right. I don't think he has a good enough footwork to get away from Matias like that. Not for 12 fucking rounds. No way. I don't think really anybody does. That's why he's going to have to bring his clinch game. Alberto Puello's going to have to bring his clinch game at his best, like he's never clinched in his life. Alright? So to me, those are big reasons. Now, this is a punching game. A punching...
Turn right onto South
I
Matlock
can't
Avenue.
even get it out. This is a puncher sport. Sport of punching. That's why I always go with the better puncher. And 99 or 98% of the
In a
time,
quarter mile, turn left onto Dawson
the
Street.
better puncher wins a boxing, a fight. That's just how it is, So I always stick with the better puncher. And with my education of boxing, me being a student of the game, I know what to look for. I think Matias will stop him. That's what I'm supposed to do. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going making this video.
Turn left onto Dawson Street. Then take the first left onto Ridgeway Circle.
I think Matias stops him. And like I said, styles make fights. I've seen some videos where people think Puello's better than Paro. I don't necessarily think that. I think they're about equal. But the thing is, Paro has a different style. Like, you can't compare the two because they fight different. You know what I mean? Paro.
Turn left onto Ridgeway Circle.
To me, Paro has more power and is a lot better puncher than Alberto Puello is. Anyway.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
I could be wrong though, but this is just my prediction. I think Subriel Matias stops him. I give Puello to the 9th or 10th round. 9th or 10th round stoppage. My prediction. JDO Boxing. I'm out. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.